good, fellas? I hope you guys are all having a great start to your Saturday, or whenever you guys are watching this video. It is time to talk about the best abilities to use on your team in Madden 26. When it comes to my best ability video, I do update this video one time every single month. It's usually the first Saturday of the month. If you guys watched October's best ability video, we talked about Gunslinger potentially coming to the game soon. At the time of the recording, Gunslinger was not in the game. It did drop like 2 weeks later, so the fact that we did mention it kind of held up and kind of held true, because Gunslinger is one of the better abilities we have in the game. When it comes to abilities like that in the month of November, I don't actually think we're going to see anything that isn't already in the game. The only thing I think we could potentially see are abilities becoming slightly discounted. And with that said, I don't know how true that's going to be, because we are going to have some AP changes later this month on November 6th. When we get to those abilities, of course, we will talk about those changes that will be coming on November 6th. Before we go any further, we are currently on the road to 20,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new to the channel and you do enjoy daily Madden 26 Ultimate Team content, I feel like you already know what to do. Get on there, drop a like on this video. 210 likes in 24 hours will be a gift card giveaway for you guys over in my Discord. And now that we got that all out of the way, let's talk about the best abilities and superstar X factors for every position in Madden 26 Ultimate Team. I think the best position to get started today is going to be the quarterback position. If you guys play this game and you want to play competitively, almost all of your AP should be tossed on your quarterback, especially with the AP layout we have right now. We're 15 on offense, 15 on defense. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, we're going to have some changes to quarterback specific abilities when it comes to how much they cost AP wise. That's going to get started right now. Threat Detector on November 6th is going to jump up to 6 AP, and Master Tactician is going to cost you 15 AP. Master Tactician is the best quarterback ability in this game. The only issue with it is going to cost you all of your ability points. I say Master Tactician is the best ability in the game. This is Conductor and QB Playmaker tied into one. Gives you faster and bonus hot routes, as well as quicker playmaker reactions. QB Playmaker and Conductor are both gold tier abilities. Master Tactician is the elite tier quarterback ability. If you want to play the pro style of Madden, Master Tactician needs to be the ability you are using on your quarterback. Threat Detector is cool. It highlights who's blitzing during 3rd and 4th down. But with the AP layout we have as of today, I don't necessarily think it's worth it. Even if we do get more AP, I still don't think it's worth it until we get this ability discounted. And honestly, the only way I would even consider using it is if it costs 0 AP. On to most tier 3 ability buckets. Not all quarterbacks get Gunslinger. I am personally so unbelievably Gunslinger made. Those who come and roll streams, you guys know I cannot play without this ability. Gunslinger is unfortunately jumping up to 7 AP starting on November 6th. QB Playmaker is jumping up to, I believe, 8 AP come that day. So these two are going to get a little bit more expensive. Gunslinger is going to grant you faster passing speeds. It basically makes the throwing animation of your quarterback faster. It allows your quarterback to get rid of the ball quicker, allowing you to make a little bit slower reads. I'm not going to say I make slow reads, but it allows you that extra second because your quarterback will get rid of the ball. I really like Gunslinger this year. Every quarterback has a different throwing animation. If your quarterback does have high throw power, you don't necessarily need to use Gunslinger. It just makes your quarterback throw the ball really fast. And you know what? For me, that is something I do enjoy. QB Playmaker allows you to have more precise and quicker reactions when playmaking all players on your field. That includes wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. Normal Playmaker is a very good ability, but that only applies for the specific player that you tossed it onto. A lot of the pros like QB Playmaker, and that's why a lot of the pros love Master Tactician, because playmakering is a game changer, especially with the way we have the QB juke moves and the ability to get out of the pocket. That is because contains just quite frankly do not work. Next two abilities I would consider using are going to be Pocket Deadeye and Roaming Deadeye. Depending on how you play this game, one of these abilities might be for you. On my quarterback right now, I am currently using Unreal Moments Limited Time Jaden Daniels. I'm using Gunslinger and I am using Pocket Deadeye. I'm not gonna lie, I have highly considered switching to Roaming Deadeye with the amount that I scramble out with that quarterback. The Gunslinger Pocket Deadeye stack has definitely done me some good work. When it comes to tier 2 abilities on quarterbacks, I honestly don't love anything unless you're running Cam Newton and can run 4 AP Gunslinger. Gift Wrap isn't what it used to be. Jukebox and Evasive. I mean, Evasive is fun, but not on a quarterback. Conductor is the big one right here. This is going to give you faster hot route and blocking adjustments. Trust me when I say it, this does make a difference. The only issue with it, it costs you 10 AP. Between you and me, if you are going to use Conductor, I would just use Master Tactician for 12 or 15 AP, depending on when you guys are watching this video. Getting the ability to Playmaker faster, as well as having all of the benefits of Conductor, is definitely something you are going to want. 10 AP for Conductor or 15 AP for Master Tac. I'm taking Master Tac every day of the week. 1 AP abilities on quarterbacks, I mean, honestly, nothing. The only one I would even consider running is Indoor Baller, but even here, I just wouldn't do it. Basically makes it easier for your X Factors to activate inside domed stadiums. Best X Factors to run on your quarterback really depends on your playstyle. Gambit is cool. It gives you faster throwing animations that cannot be picked off by AI defenders. It's basically Gunslinger, or I guess it increases the throwing velocity while also not allowing you to get picked off by the CPU. I'd say Dots is probably the best one to go with. This is going to give you perfect passing on any throw. This means basically Pocket Deadeye and Roaming Deadeye combined into one. Running Gun grants you perfect passing accuracies while on the run. In Madden 25, 96 overall Combine Bo Nix had this ability as a passive X Factor, and I used that card for way too long, so I am very familiar with Run and Gun. It will be fun later down the line. Truz makes it so you can't fumble. I mean, it's a cool ability. It's not a great ability right now. And then Escape Artist hasn't been the same. Bazooka is cool as well. Really, dials down to between Dots and Gambit. You should be running one of Dots or Gambit, and if I had to pick, I'm running Dots on my quarterback. Granting perfect passes on any throw is kind of money. Let's talk running back now, and we are going to use 92 overall Team Builder Christian McCaffrey for today's example. A few things I would consider using. One, a lot of running backs have Secure Protector. I don't know why. Do not run Secure Protector on your running backs. Number 2, Human Joystick. Quicker turning and change of direction. This is a very fun ability. I mean, it does exactly what it says. Quicker turning and change of direction no matter what. It just makes you get a little bit more sticky out there. I'm running Human Joystick on Randy Moss right now because I just force feed the ball to Randy, and it's been a really good time. Grab and Go is basically Human Joystick, but after a rat catch. No reason to use Grab and Go over Human Joystick. And Balance Beam is cool if you need to spend 1 AP. It allows your running back to not stumble as much. Not something I would necessarily consider a must use. Spin Cycle, not as good as it used to be. EA did nerf the big man spin, but if you have 2 AP, I mean, it is still a solid ability, not something I would force onto my offense. Bulldozer is cool, especially if you are using one of the bigger running backs. I will say this year, Bruiser and Bulldozer and the type of running back that you want to use these on, so like the Derrick Henrys, the John Riggins of the world, those type of running backs are not nearly as meta as somebody like a Christian McCaffrey, a Jamal Charles, a Jahmyr Gibbs. The smaller the running back, in my opinion, this year, the better off they are going to play. We have Playmaker. Playmaker is one of the best abilities we have in the game. If you are not running QB Playmaker and you throw the ball to one receiver or one running back a ton and you like the Playmaker, this is something I would look to consider. But if you are catching yourself Playmakering a ton, I would just take the 15 or 12 AP and run QB Playmaker. Evasive grants steerable, spin, and juke moves. I've been using this on John Riggins because I run a Commander's theme team, and it's not been very good. But again, I am using it on John Riggins, so that just sounds like a user error right there. Between Bruiser and Evasive this year, I would probably go with Evasive because of the style of running back that is considerably meta. In the tier 1 abilities, Energizer and Recuperation are the 2 that I would consider. Energizer replenishes your stamina after successful skill moves. If you're spamming the juke move, you'll want to use Energizer, and then Recuperation allows you to recover from fatigue at an increased rate. Let's say you are somebody who spams the run game. Recuperation will make it so your player will recover and not fumble at an often clip. When it comes to the best X Factors to run on your running back, the only one I would ever use is going to be Freight Train, an increased chance to break the next tackle attempt. Besides that, nothing else here is really worth it in my eyes. The odds that your running back starts glowing as a glowing X Factor today, not very high. It's just, we are way too early in the game for that to be a reality, but if you do pull off Freight Train, you are going to be a menace. Talking a little bit about tight ends right now. If there was one position to not run any abilities on, I think it is going to be the tight end position. So I'm going to go through this one pretty quick. Tight ends and wide receivers have a very similar ability lineup. Route Technician right here for 4 AP. It just costs too much. It is a very good ability, but it just costs way too much. Tank is a cool ability. The issue with Tank is it's such a specific thing that needs to happen. How many times is your tight end touching the ball, and how many times is your tight end getting hit sticks per game? If you want to run Tank, I would run it on a running back. If there is a running back that gets it right now, most fear Derrick Henry is one. I believe John Riggins gets it as well. It's definitely something that can come out as a little bit cheesy. Post up is good. I wouldn't run it on a tight end. Again, it's more of an offensive line ability, and that's kind of why the tight ends right now just kind of fall in this weird spot. Like, I don't really think you need to run any abilities on your tight end. Playmaker, again, this is a gold tier ability in my eyes. It is very good. If you catch yourself playmakering a ton, I would just use Master Tactician. I don't think Vernon Davis does get it. Mid and elite is the one that I would consider running on a tight end. Same thing goes for a mid out elite. I don't think he has it here in tier 2. This is going to give you improved catching on medium passes inside the numbers. Not gonna lie to you guys, I throw the ball to my tight ends a ton, and having mid and elite on Vernon Davis would be something that I would actually consider using. Unfortunately, on my team right now, I don't have the space for it, but as we get further down the line, it would be something I would consider using. Mid out elite is also 2 AP. This is really good for catching and throwing corner routes. If you are a corner route spammer to your tight end, I mean, mid out elite is something I would consider. Ability wise right here, Vanguard is the one that I would consider. Dominantly win impact blocks. As soon as Vanguard becomes a passive X Factor or a glowing X Factor on for the entire game, if you know, we have hit the end game. Very broken ability. We don't really have it right now, but if you want to run a X Factor on your tight end, I think Vanguard is just the most fun one to do. Stock wide receivers right now, we're going to use 91 overall Mike Evans as the example. Very similar to tight ends. I don't really know if there's anything too crazy that needs to be ran. The reason that is, right now, most of your AP should be spent on your quarterback. That's why we spent the most time with them. Route Technician is cool, just like tight ends. It just costs way too much to even consider using. 4 AP is ridiculous. Human Joystick is very fun. I'm running Human Joystick on Randy Moss. After the AP increase, this is probably what I'm going to have to lose from my offense. It is what it is, but it's such a good time. If you haven't tried it, I would recommend. Tank is cool, especially if you have a wide receiver you spam the football to, but I would recommend running Tank on a running back rather than a wide receiver. Mid and elite is very good, just like it is on tight ends. Obviously, Playmaker, we've talked about that a ton. Evasive is cool if you have an extra 3 AP lying around. Spin Cycle used to be the meta. It is not the meta anymore, especially on these taller wide receivers. EA nerfed it. Energizer and Recuperation are cool if you have 1 AP to spend. Just like running backs, it's going to, replenish stamina after successful skill moves. And Recuperation will help you recover from fatigue at an increased rate. I don't really think you need to use that on a wide receiver, but if you are somebody who catches yourself spamming the ball to one player, it is something you can look to consider. Realistically, mid and elite and Human Joystick are the 2 that I would consider running, but honestly, you can get away running no abilities on your wide receivers. Will this stay true all the way till the end of the month of November? I don't know. As soon as we can find a way to fit Route Technician on our fields, this is going to be what you want to do. It is 4 AP right now. It is pricey, but it is very, very good. This gives you quicker cuts and running from all routes. It's going to be gross. It's going to be really good once we can actually get it on the field. Just right now, it's going to cost you 4 AP. It's hard to make it work. X Factor-wise, Double Me is definitely the play. Besides that, I really don't like anything. Rack 'em up is cool. It's really got to be a double me for me. Comes to the positions to spend X Factors on. You're probably going to do one on your quarterback. That should be Dots. Running back, I think, should be Fright Train. And then you have a little bit of variety here on who you want to run your third X Factor on. It's probably going to be a wide receiver. I would toss it on your taller wide receiver. I guess your tallest wide receiver. And I would probably do a double me option. The last position on your offense is going to be your offensive line. We're going to use Tyler Linderbottom for today's example. Threat detector, just like quarterbacks, offensive linemen do get it. I don't think it is worth the AP right now. Identifier is cool, not worth the 2 AP. Post up, dominant when engaged in double team blocks. If you have 2 AP, I think this is a very solid ability to run. Edge protector gives you stronger pass protections versus elite edge rushers. Edge protector is what you want to run on your offensive tackles. The way the AP landscape is working right now, I don't think edge protector is something you necessarily need to use. Nasty streak is cool if you are somebody who runs the football a lot. And then, of course, we do have run protector, which gives you dominant wins on run blocking. The most important offensive line ability and the only AP I would spend on my offense as of today. As I say this, if things do switch up, I will drop it down below in the comment section. Again, I want this video to last the length of the month. Is going to be linchpin. You need to have 1 linchpin out there, and this is going to give you stronger blocking from all of your offensive linemen. This is a tier 2 ability on most offensive linemen. You only need to run it on 1 player, and this will give you stronger blocking from all of them. Offensive line has definitely been struggling over the last 2 days specifically. If you guys have watched stream, you know it's been brutal. I just keep getting shreds. I have highly considered reworking my offensive AP to make sure I can fit linchpin on my team. It is very good. It makes the difference. Trust me on that. Switching gears now, let's talk about defensive abilities. And let's start with X Factors on DBs. This one is easy. The most important X Factor to run on your defensive back is going to be universal coverage. When it comes to defensive abilities, these things only animate 50% of the time, and I swear it's less than 50% of the time. So there is a reason right now the meta is to run all of your AP on your defensive line. The way I look at it is your defensive line is going to be engaged on doing something that an ability would activate every single play. They are trying to stack the quarterback pretty much every single play. Your defensive backs, I mean, how many times is Christian Gonzalez going to have to make a play for you during the course of a game? 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 times per game, depending on who you're playing. And so because of that, and because of how specific these defensive back abilities are as of today, it kind of makes it a little bit unnecessary to run defensive back abilities. If you have some AP laying around, hey, be my guest, do it. It's just not something I love right now. Deep Zone KO is elite. This gives you improved reactions in deep zones. Very expensive for 4 AP, especially something that isn't going to make that big of an impact. If you want to use it, hey, be my guest. It's going to give you more knockouts in deep zones. That only works in zone coverage. You want to run something that is more of a man knockout. Anything that says route KO is going to be for man coverage. Anything that says zone KO is going to be for zone coverage. The best out of these, bunch right here, and pretty much every DB has the same stack. I'm going to say it's medium route KO for 3 AP right now. It's pricey, but improved knockouts in man versus medium route. Mid zone KO, which a lot of players just don't have right now. That could be an ability that I see get pushed out during the month of November. Most likely, I will like that a ton. We just need EA to make it so defensive abilities animate every single time. Pick Artist is something that is usually very good for 2 AP. I don't love it right now. It gives you improved catching and improved stamina on interception returns. It just makes it so your DBs are actually going to catch interceptions. Tackle Supreme is the best of the tackling abilities. Decreased fake out chance and better conservative tackles. If you want to run an ability to make it so your players will tackle whoever they're supposed to tackle, Tackle Supreme is the one to do. Well, is it going to be more of a safety that plays in your box or a, Mike Backer ability? But Tackle Supreme is not bad. Pure Tackler is basically a worse version of Tackle Supreme. I would personally just run Tackle Supreme. And then, of course, we do have Enforcer, which is cool, which, guaranteed tackle after hit stick on a ball carrier. We just don't have that many tanks to make it really worth the time right now. I mention this right now so I don't forget it. Stonewall is one of my favorite 1 AP abilities on defense. Prevents additional yardage gains while tackling. I don't really think you should run this on a defensive back, but in case I forget to mention it when we get to the linebackers or the defensive linemen, honestly, that is an ability I am a fan of. Moving over to safeties right now, it's basically the same stack as the cornerbacks. You want to use universal coverage as the X factor. The only thing that switches up as of today, we have deep out zone KO instead of deep zone KO on most safeties. Maybe as we go through the month, it might switch this up. A deep out zone KO costs you 1 less AP. I don't actually think you need to run any of these on these players. Maybe a Pick Artist. Tackle Supreme is the one that I would consider using if you are using a sub linebacker, so a safety in your box. Other than that, though, I mean, it's not the be-all, end-all. Lurk Artist is cool. There are only a few safeties that get it. I know 89 overall Unreal Moment Jeremy Chin is somebody who gets it. We'll get to Lurk Artist here in a second when we get to the Mike Backers. Gives you better jumping and catching animations. It means your players will jump up high and try to catch interceptions better. Let's talk about linebackers that you user on. Ray Lewis is actually a very good guard right here. Out of all of these right here, the only thing I would consider using, Lurk Artist, we just talked about it, improved and spectacular picks for lurking defenders. I'm currently using this on my Bobby Wagner, and it is a good time. If you want to use it on a Jeremy Chin or any other safety who gets it, I also like that. Tackle Supreme is the other ability I would consider using on Ray Lewis. Besides that, nothing else seems worth my time. No 1 AP ability right here is really good on a Mike Backer. Let's talk about defensive line, though, because that is where a bulk of our AP should be spent. I'm going to use this Ed Tutal Jones because this is a free card pretty much all of us can get using our weekly spotlight tokens. Edge Threat Elite is cool. It's not worth it right now. The best defensive line ability, honestly the best ability in the game, Double or Nothing. Grants dominant pass rush wins at twice the cost. For 3 AP, this ability is going to shred. The way I run my defense today, I have 4 Double or Nothings on all of my defensive linemen, and then I think I have a Ripper for 1 AP on one of my other defensive linemen. Double or Nothing is money. It's going to force so much pressure, and if there's one takeaway from today's video, it's that you should be using Double or Nothing. And Tier 2, El Toro is good. With the Season 3 update, they made El Toro not as necessary to use. If you want to use 2 AP and you have 2 AP lying around, I would rather use it on a El Toro compared to something else. That something else being like a lurk artist. Again, it doesn't animate as much as I would hope it would. El Toro is money. Dominant bull pass rush wins for max pass rush points. It means you get more pressure. And then in tier 1, instant rebate for 2 AP. Successful block sheds grants a pass rush point. It means you're going to generate more pressure for getting block sheds. If you want to spend 1 AP on your defensive lineman, Ripper is good. Rip rush moves partially ignores blockers' resistance. It just means if they rip through, they're going to get a little bit more pressure. I know people like Bogo as well. I don't know where that ability is. I'm going to find it really quick. Very similar to El Toro and Double or Nothing, where it grants a free pass rush move after spending a point. Basically, these pass rush moves, the more of them you have, the more pressure you are going to generate. And then when it comes to X Factors, the best X Factors to run on your defensive lineman is going to be Unstoppable Force. When it comes to spending your X Factors on your defense, all 3 of your X Factors should be on universal coverages across your 3 best defensive backs in your secondary, as well as your safety. So I guess your secondary is both of those, but you guys get what I am saying. With that said, fellas, are the best abilities to use in Madden 26 Ultimate Team. I guess we can talk about kickers right now, because I'm sure a lot of us have Brandon Aubrey. Just really quick, the best kicking ability. For me, it's the one that makes it so you can't get ice. So clutch kicker for 3 AP, immunity to the ice the kicker effect. Even though icing the kicker doesn't really work, I just don't want to have to deal with it if I'm trying to win a game. Precision kicker grants full vision of the kicking arc. That is pretty solid and honestly might be the best. Focus kicker gives you slower kicking meters up to 45 yards, and Zen kicker gives you slowing kicking meters over 45 yards. For these, I don't love the slow kicking meter, but I would probably use Zen kicker. I just don't like the slow kicking meter. I'm used to the fast kicking meter. That is going to be everything we got. Drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and those are the best abilities and superstar X Factors to use in Madden 26 Ultimate Team. If you guys made it this far in the video, get on there and comment down a fire emoji too. Well, let me know you guys made it this far. And until later, I love you guys. Peace, boys. Have a good one.